Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing part one of my biannual Bibliathon vlogs that I think I'm going to do. I don't necessarily want to do all of the video challenges, and I'm also really bad at doing readathons, so every time I attempt to do like a TBR or just like a follow me through it, I fail miserably. So I'm just gonna kind of vlog as the week goes on and like update you on my progress and see how it goes. I already had some really ambitious reading plans for this week, so I think it may fit in really well with the readathon that's going on. So going through the books that I plan on reading, I'm gonna try and stick to the reading challenge, but we'll actually see how that goes as the week progresses, no promises. I've already failed at number one. Number one is read the group book, which is The Unexpected Everything by Morgan Matson. I literally read that last week. So, I mean, can I lump that in? I don't know, does that count? Because I just read it. I mean, I loved it, but I'm not going to be reading it with you guys because it just happened. So, I don't know. Should I pick a different book for that? Who knows? We'll see how it goes. Challenge number two is your free choice / like wildcard book, so any book that you want to read, which is always the best type of book for a reading challenge because you can read whatever you want. And you're going to notice a theme that's going on through this video if you can guess what I'm reading currently. But my choice for that is going to be Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas because, hint, I am literally binge reading this series right now, so I figured this one would fit really well for it. So that one is going to be my number two book. The third book is to read a book that is picked by one of the hosts, which they had 7 different choices picked. And the one that I'm going with is The Clockwork Scarab, and this is by Colleen Gleason. This has been sitting on my shelf for like a long time, and I've always wanted to read it, and it's a really short one, so I figured it would be a really good one for a readathon. Also, I believe I have the ebook checked out of the library currently, so that will help me get through this. Number 4 is to read a book with your favorite mythical creature, and I can't decide what I want that to be, but I'm kind of assuming that there's going to be a lot of mythical creatures in the Throne of Glass series. I'm just guessing, because it's a fantasy series. So I'm going to use that as my like doubling up category, because you're allowed to double up a book on 2 categories, so I think I'm going to do that. I don't really know. I like fae and fairies, so I'm assuming that's going to be in there, or like magical things. But that brings me to book number 5, which is to read a book that you've been putting off forever and you need to pick it up, and that is Throne of Glass. Can you sense the theme that's going on? This is the one that I've been putting off. I finally read A Court of Mist and Fury, and I have the worst book hangover, so I need some more Sarah J. Maas in my life. So that's gonna be this, and Crown of Midnight, and another one in here. Challenge number 6 is to read a book from an author that you've never read, and this is a book that I just got the audiobook of, so that's gonna be really helpful, and that is The Fortune Hunter by Daisy, who is this? Daisy Goodwin. This is a historical fiction, and I've heard nothing but good stuff about it. It's won awards, so I mean, it's a win-win, because I've never read anything by her, so we'll see how it goes. I will listen to it. And challenge number 7 is to read a book in a format that you don't normally read. Now, I literally read all of the formats all of the time. Like, I always have a physical book, an ebook, and an audiobook going simultaneously at any given time. I don't really own any graphic novels currently. I could probably go buy one, but I'm kind of broke right now. So I'm actually going to go with The Assassin's Blade. Again, can you sense the theme that I'm going with? This is a collection of novellas, which I generally don't read. I don't really like the short stories. It's very like choppy to read through. It doesn't flow well. But I mean, this is going with the Throne of Glass thing. So those are my plans for the week. It is currently like 10 a.m. on July 3rd, which is the very first day of this readathon. So I'm about like that far into Throne of Glass, which is clearly my starting point because all I want to do is marathon this entire series. So we're off to a good start. I will check in like the next couple seconds with you guys because that's how you're going to be seeing it, to like let you know how tomorrow's going and the next day. So until then, happy reading. Hey guys, it is the 4th of July, which means it is the second day of the biannual Bibliathon, which I am attempting to partake in. I just want to give you guys like a status update. I did not get nearly as much reading done as I planned, but I got a lot of listening done. So, update. I am currently this far into The Fortune Hunter, which is surprisingly good. I'm generally not one for historical retellings that are like very pompous English women drama. Like, I'm very not for Jane Austen, and this one is pleasantly surprising me. I'm actually really enjoying this, So that's about as far as I am in this. I'm kind of partially listening to it, partially reading it. So I am 267 pages in. That's the status update on this one. I'm also about yay far in Throne of Glass. I always take the dust jackets off. I see people reading hardbacks with the dust jackets on, and I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're ruining that dust jacket. But, it's definitely kind of a slower start, kind of like A Court of Thorns and Roses is, but everybody still says that her second book is where it takes off, and if A Court of Mist and Fury is any inclination for that, I am all for this series. So that's it for how far I am. I hope you guys are having a happy and safe 4th of July if you're in America. So I will check in with you guys tomorrow and we'll see how much further I got. Hey guys, so it is now day 3. It is July 5th of the biannual summertime Bibliathon, Readathon thing. It's a mouthful. But I just kind of wanted to give you guys a little update, see where we're going, hit some chats here. I started the Clockwork Scarab today, and I am maybe like a third of the way through. I don't know if you can see that. But fun fact, look what I discovered. So this is a gorgeous cover. Look at it naked. Look at it. It's got stuff. Like, it's got a cover under the cover. I haven't seen that in so long. You can tell this is like an older book, I think, because that's awesome. So that's it for day 3. I will check in with you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, so I was going to do this update from horseback, but if you can't tell, my horse is kind of bonkers right now. So I decided to lunge her, which means she's pretty much going in circles around me. Like, I'm just free lunging her and she just won't stop. So I figured I would talk to you guys instead. It is blasted hot out, so I'm quite attractive right now. Just want to give you guys an update on the Readathon. Oh, we're cantering now. Okay. Nope, we're back down to trotting now. I've made some progress. I am pretty far into the Clockwork Scarab. I am hoping to finish that tonight. And what else is there? I'm almost done the Fortune Hunter. So maybe I'll finish that. I'm making very slow progress on Throne of Glass. I really just need to like sit down and read that. So maybe I'll do that today and see how far I can get into that series, because I'm hoping it'll be pretty far. In case you're curious, this is like where I live. It's literally in the middle of nowhere. So this is my backyard, is corn and horses. So, and also you guys kind of wanted to see my horses. Some of you have requested that right there, who is finally starting to calm down. Her name is Musical Definition. She is a 7-year-old off-track thoroughbred that I have been retraining for a couple years now. She officially became mine, like, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago, but we are just starting to get into summer work and she is less than thrilled about it. So that's what's going on. I'll walk you guys down and so you can meet Hercules. Hercules is her little buddy who lives on the farm with her here. I actually have the books out here, so let me show you my progress and then we can go meet Hercules. So let me just like flip the camera around. Okay, we're calming down and eating now. I have my books up here on a fence post because that was the only safe area. So that's where I am with those. I don't even know if you guys can see this. This is way above my head, but that's my progress on all 3 of those. And if you want to take a walk with me, oh, I just ran into a horse. I will take you down to meet Hercules. So here we are down at the barn now, and this little teeny tiny stall is Hercules' stall, and he is right there giving you some crazy eyes. Hold on. So here is little Hercules. He's a little tubbo. Come here, bud. Come here. Hey. Okay, well, he's not too happy with me right now because he can no longer eat grass while I'm working. So, you know, story of his life. So while I'm in here with my little dude, I wanted to ask you guys who else is excited for Pokemon Go, because apparently that is being released today. He is currently licking my knee. Did you know horses did that? Yeah, I didn't until I got Hercules. Just going to town, licking. But yeah, Pokemon Go is being released. If you haven't heard of Pokemon Go, I highly recommend looking it up because I am beyond excited for that game. So I am pretty much going to spend the rest of the day reading and obsessively refreshing my app store to see if it will actually be released in the US today or not. So that's my progress update. I will probably see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully I will have finished some books or caught some Pokemon. That's the plan for today. Hey guys, so as to be expected, this video is already a day late. This is gonna be a very quick check-in, but in case you didn't know, Manny's like right off on the camera here, so you can probably hear him jingling around. Pokemon Go dropped last night, and that has literally taken over my life. So this is going to be a very brief update, and probably will continue to be so for the rest of the week because that's kind of my priority. I literally just got home and took a shower because I was out hunting Pokemon all day. It was really exciting. So the only update that I really have for today is I finished A Clockwork Scarab, so that's the first, like, official done book for the Readathon, which is kind of pathetic considering that it's... What day is today? Thursday? No, I didn't fail on missing a day. I definitely have a day here. So, yeah. Finish this one. I have about an hour left on the Fortune Hunter, so I am hoping to finish that, like, tonight or maybe tomorrow, like, on my way to and from work. But that's literally all I have done. But I'm catching Pokemon, like you would not believe. So... that's it for today. Sorry this is such a brief update. So I will talk to you guys hopefully tomorrow, if not possibly Saturday or Sunday, if Pokemon take over my life. Okay, bye! Hey guys, so it is... what day is today? Saturday. So it is the end of the biannual Bibliathon, so I just wanted to kind of give you my thoughts and wrap up what I read. If you paid attention to the last little segment, you know that Pokemon Go came out, and that has literally taken over my life. You know how I read a lot? Like, I read like 10 to 12 books a month? Maybe all of that was in preparation for the drop of this game, because that is literally all that I am doing. We are just driving from city to town because I live in the middle of nowhere, which means there are no Pokemon, and there are no Pokestops or gyms, so... that has literally been my life for the past 2 days. So needless to say, I did not succeed in all of my reading challenges, but what I did finish was The Clockwork Scarab by Colleen Gleason. I gave this like 3 stars. I enjoyed it. I really liked the concept of it. It was very unique. It follows 2 girls, the niece of Sherlock Holmes and the sister of Bram Stoker. So that's kind of cool. I really like when you get like interesting takes on famous literary people. I think that's really cool. The only thing that I honestly didn't like about this is I know that this is part of like a series, but I was really hoping each book in this would be kind of like a Sherlock Holmes book where you have a mystery that you need to solve and it would be kind of its own complete story. It does continue on to the sequel, so I'm gonna need to read the sequel and probably the 3rd one, and I believe there's a 4th and 5th coming out. But I definitely enjoyed this. It's very steampunk, which is not a genre that I'm very familiar with, but now I want to become familiar with. So I really, really enjoyed this. It was a very quick read. It's very short, so I'm going to recommend this one if you were looking for a really quick, cool, mysterious Sherlock Holmes-y steampunk read. The next book that I actually finished I read in one day, which was an accomplishment in itself. And that is Highly Illogical Behavior, and this is by John Corey Whaley. This is my first book that I've read by him, even though I know he's a really big author and really well awarded and known, but this is the first one that has caught my attention. It is about a 16-year-old boy who is a severe agoraphobe. Is that how you say it? Or I've heard other people say agoraphobia. I'm saying that extra syllable. I don't know. But he has not left his house in 3 years, and there is a girl who went to school with him in middle school, and she kind of knows what his story is and takes it upon herself to fix him and use fixing him as a way to get into college. So, obviously there's going to be some big cataclysmic coming out of what is actually going down, so you know the entire book is going to be kind of tense, but I really enjoyed this. It's very short, it's a very quick read. I gave it 4 stars. It has a really interesting approach towards mental illness and friendship and family. I just really liked all of it. It was very easy to sit down and read it in one day. So 4 stars. The next book that I finally finished is The Fortune Hunter by Daisy Goodwin. This is my first book by Daisy Goodwin, and I am pretty sold on her writing. This is not at all my go-to type of book. It's historical fiction and it's very Jane Austen-y, as in it's pretty much set in like the 18th century in London, and it's very posh and dramatic as far as like who is marrying who and such and whose fortune is going to who. But you could probably guess if you've read this book why I liked it. There is a lot of horse influence. There's a lot of fox hunting that takes place in this, which I'm assuming would probably lose a lot of people's interest if you're not a horse person, but it was actually very accurate and really interesting to read how the sport has evolved from this point to present day, because it's still around. So I gave this 3 stars. I didn't necessarily like the ending, but it's very accurate to the time period, and it's based on a true story of the Empress of Austria, so I thought that was kind of cool to learn about her. So yeah, finally finished this one, and this is the last book that I actually finished this week, which was a huge disappointment for me. Mainly because I only got like halfway through Throne of Glass, which was my like binge reading series plans for this week. I literally planned to sit down and read this entire series this week, and then, you know, Pokemon happened, so I got halfway through the first one and that was it. So I read 3.5 books, which is still not terrible for a week. Not even close to what I want to do, but I am a level 11 trainer in 3 days, so that's an accomplishment. I am currently reigning over 4 gyms in my area, so, I mean, things were accomplished in the real world, right? Yeah. So this is gonna wrap up my biannual Bibliathon reading and attempted challenges. I think I only accomplished like 3 of them. That's okay, because there's another Readathon coming up, so I'm going to take a week to hunt some Pokemon and then prepare for that one. So I hope you guys are reading some amazing books, and I'll see you guys next time.